I remember when my stalker was incarcerated. Your ordeal is over. You can move on from this and on with your life. Good luck to you, Miss Williams. Thank you so much for all your support. I am going to try to go back to my life. Oh my God, he's at my door again. What do I do? Victims, including myself, are sometimes led to believe that criminal or civil actions may be a deterrent. We are not warned that our stalkers may return in the short or long term. Therefore, we are caught off guard, and the lack of emotional and strategic preparedness leaves us vulnerable. If you have ever looked up stalking, you may have heard of the 2-incident threshold. But Maryland doesn't require a minimum number of intrusion incidents to qualify for stalking. That's right. Or how long the pursuit must go on before they are considered to be stalking you. A widely accepted definition of stalking is at least 2 weeks of unwanted behavior. This has been shown to cause significant long-term impairment upon victims. And this threshold is the point at which stalkers are more likely to continue or increase their behavior. My stalker is back. What should I do? I've spoken to other victims whose stalkers have resumed pursuit after a period of no contact. This can be surprising and cause fear. Stalking can vary in intensity for many reasons. Just because the stalker is in jail or in the hospital does not mean that they do not intend to continue. Stalking has not truly ended until they have chosen not to engage in their behavior of their own free will for at least 6 months. Because this can be an eventuality, it is useful to continue to think of yourself as a stalking victim during this time, not as a weakness, but from a legal and strategic sense. Stalking victims should maintain the same level of safety measures and the same vigilance. This should not translate into being hypervigilant, but should instead keep you informed and help you from being caught off guard. It's been 6 months now, and my stalker hasn't tried to contact me. So that means the stalking is really over now, right? Unfortunately, there is another possible outcome that is less understood and less discussed. This is referred to as recurrence. What's that? This is a whole new episode of stalking after the stalker has ceased stalking and 6 months has elapsed. One of the first situations we first assisted with when we started just stalking was an individual who was managing a stalker after almost 40 years of no pursuits or cessation. However, to date, the furthest research has looked out has only been 10 years, which supports that stalkers pursue victims years, even decades later. Does this mean I'll never be able to stop thinking of myself as a stalking victim? No. This is different from stalking persistence, in that in stalking persistence, it only looked like it stopped. It did not really stop, based on potentially external factors or perception. To truly say stalking has stopped, it needs to have ceased for at least 6 months continually, and it needs to be the stalker's choice. However, it doesn't mean that we will always have a stalker. How is that different? As victims, we are better able to determine our threat level and better able to respond. We should never discard any of our files, such as our victim stalking logs or any other evidence. We can relax some of our self-protective measures, understanding that our threat level has decreased significantly, yet understanding that our stalking can resume. It's helpful to understand that recurrent stalking happens at a lower rate than recidivism. Simply put, recurrence is a social science term, whereas recidivisms are more common among the legal fields. Victims of persistent stalking are more likely to have a higher threat level. Oh, I get it, because the stalking hasn't really stopped. It just seems like it has. Exactly. Until it has been 6 months, the stalking has not truly ceased. But this is not a legally recognizable form of stalking. Why does it matter? Well, because many stalking victims may believe that their stalker will begin to pursue them again. However, until your stalker has begun intrusion behaviors, you cannot preemptively obtain a peace or protective order. So you must wait until they've actively begun pursuit behaviors. All stalking victims should contact law enforcement or another authority if they feel in fear for their physical safety. Communicate with victims' advocates and prosecutors directly when you can. All intrusion events should be documented once resumed, whether that's days or weeks or even years later, by the primary and even secondary victims. But also, friends, family, and other bystanders can document pursuit behaviors. Our Neighborhood Stalking Watch is a good tool to help you do this. Forewarned is forearmed. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe.